So a few weeks ago now, I saw the video online of the SSC Tuatara doing its like 300 plus mile an hour run, which was then debunked, but they said it was real. And then they kind of, I think they're doing it again now to kind of prove that the car could do, I think it was like 330 miles an hour or something like that. But obviously they can only do it on like a perfectly straight road which has been swept for pebbles and everything like that, because you can't, although the car is capable of doing it, it's only capable of doing it in perfect conditions, which seems a little bit pointless. And then it kind of gets you onto the subject of how kind of irrelevant and pointless a lot of these hypercars are. They all just seem to be very... They are built basically for people that just want fancy looking ornaments, and I think most of the time nowadays they don't even look that fancy. They're just ridiculously powerful cars that are so fast that no one can ever actually drive them at those kinds of speeds. They all look so generic because they're all trying to make them super aero, super slippery, so that they can do these really high top speeds. And there's now even quite a few car manufacturers that are bringing out cars with like no windscreens. So there's like a Lamborghini one, there's a Ferrari one, I'm pretty sure there's a McLaren one, where there's no windscreen. They're just like a roadster. You can't even, again, you can't really drive them fast. You need a helmet on. You're not going to drive around in like Dubai with a helmet on, I don't think. So you're never going to drive it fast, and then it's like, what's the point in having it? I think the engineering in them is really cool, don't get me wrong, like the technology involved to do that. And I've always said, like, Koenigsegg, what they do, they do so much stuff in-house, and that's really interesting. There's loads of really cool clips online of the owner talking about some of their like manufacturing processes, and I'm into all of that. But I just think when you look at supercars or hypercars now compared to what they were in the late 70s or the 80s, like an F40 or a Countach, they all just look so boring. They're completely irrelevant because you can't actually drive them. You can only do 330 mile an hour in SSC Tuatara if it's on a perfectly straight stretch of road with no wind that's been swept of pebbles. What's the point? It's not really a production road car, is it? It's not like a Ford Fiesta that can do a 10-second quarter mile, and then you can kind of drive it home. These cars are just like posing cars, really. They just sit in a collection. It's like the McLaren F1s. They are a really cool kind of 90s era supercar. Won Le Mans, could have drove home again, and now they're all just parked up because they're too valuable. They just want to be in collections, and so it means like the newer versions of these cars just are completely irrelevant because people just put them straight into collections. There's not going to be an SSC Tuatara that wins Le Mans outright. There's not going to be a Bugatti, whatever it is, Chiron, that wins Le Mans. They just don't make those kinds of cars anymore. Yeah, they just all seem completely irrelevant to me. Lots of people are saying this. The Gordon Murray T50 does seem quite cool, but I've got a feeling again that because they're only building limited numbers, they'll be snapped up by people that won't drive them.